We've gotten through the hard parts now of upgrading a Drupal site from Drupal 6 to Drupal 7. We've replaced the core files from 6 to 7. We've also migrated our custom content types and custom content fields. Now all that's left is to simply upgrade the remaining modules that we're going to be using on the website. If we look back at the upgrade.txt file that came with Drupal 7, this page on step number 16, which is where we are in the process, once again explains what to do to upgrade each individual module. We're going to remove the old one, download the new one and put it in place, enable it, run update.php, and back up the database. So right now, in fact, before we even do that, this is another point where we would want to go ahead and back up the database because we are in between module updates at this point in the tutorial. So here is where you would want to stop and back up your site once again, get your database and your file system. Then, once you've done that, we'll go ahead and move on. Here in the root directory of Drupal, if we go to Sites, All, Modules, these are all, of course, our contributed modules, and we'll just go through these one at a time, following the steps on this page. So first, we're going to upgrade the admin menu, or otherwise known as administration menu module. To do that, we're first going to delete this one. Then we're going to do a quick search for Drupal administration menu. Here's the link to the administration menu module page. We're going to scroll down and download the 7.x version. Save it wherever you want. Then go and find that tar.gz file, or zip if you're using zip. Extract it, and here's the actual module. We're going to copy or upload it to Sites, All, Modules, exactly where it was to begin with. Then we're going to go back to our site, go to Administration, Modules, and we're going to scroll down and look for Administration Menu. Here we go, Administration Menu, all under Administration. We're going to turn on Administration Menu and Administration Menu Toolbar Style. And let's scroll down and save that configuration. And here we go. Our administration menu is working exactly as it should be. Now, the next step is to run update.php. So we're going to go to our domain /update.php, click continue. For pending updates, let's apply those. And we're all set. Go back to the front page, confirm that everything looks fine, and then we'll move on to the next module. We've done administration menu, CCK. The next is Ctools. So here, first, before moving forward, we'd back up our database and file system once again. After you've done so, delete Ctools. And we're going to do a search for Drupal Ctools. Here we go. Scroll down, download the 7.x file. And we're going to navigate there. Extract it. Here's the folder, Ctools. We're going to copy or upload to Sites, All, Modules. Go back to the site. Go to the Modules page. And scroll down until we see Ctools. Here we go, Chaos Tool Suite. And let's go ahead and begin enabling everything we need here. We'll get bulk export, Chaos Tools, we'll skip the examples, custom content panes, custom rule sets, page manager, stylizer, term depth access, and later we'll get views content panes once we install views itself. We'll save our configuration. Go back to the home page, make sure everything looks right so far. Yes, it does. So let's run update.php once again. Click continue. 3 pending updates. and everything seems to have worked out. Check out the front page once again. Everything looks good. Let's move on. First, back up your database once again, back up your file system once again. Once you've done that, go back to the modules folder. We've already done dates in the previous video. File field and image field had been replaced when we migrated everything from CCK, so we don't need these. In fact, we're going to go ahead and delete both of these folders and just leave them deleted. There's nothing we need to replace them with. Next is panels. Go ahead and trash panels. I'm going to do a search for Drupal panels. Scroll down, download the 7.x, save it, go find it. Here we go, extract, copy or upload to sites all modules. Go back to our website, go to the modules page, scroll down until we see the panels module. Right here. We'll go ahead and enable all of these. Mini panels, panel nodes, panels in place editor, even though I tend not to use that one very much. Save configuration. Glance at our home page, nothing looks like it's messed up. Go to update.php. Click continue. We'll apply these updates. And we do have some messages this time around. These are pretty innocuous. The size of a field was changed. There was a field added. There was a column added. The important thing is there were no failures or errors. Go back to the front page. The site seems to be working. Let's move on. First, we're going to back up the database in the file system once again. So you'll do that. And then go back to your file system. Next up is Path Auto. Let's delete it. And we're going to do a search for Drupal Path Auto. Scroll down. You get the idea by now. I'm going to download 7.x. Navigate to it. Extract it. Copy it. Paste or upload to sites all modules. Go back to the site. Go back to our modules page. Go find Path Auto. And we would enable it. In this case, it won't let us, simply because it requires token. We have token, but we have the old version of token still. So this is a case where we will stop on this one for a second and go get token instead. So first, we're going to remove the old version of token. Then we're going to go find token. Here's the page for it. Download 7.x. Save. Save it wherever. Go find it. Extract. Copy or upload to sites all modules. Now I'll go back to our site once again. We're going to refresh this page or navigate back to the modules page. Scroll down to the other group and enable token. We can also go ahead and enable Path Auto now since we're enabling them both at the same time. So we'll save that configuration. And now that we've enabled those, we'll go back once again to update.php. We're doing two modules at once, which isn't best here, but token and Path Auto work very well together, so this shouldn't be a problem. We see that you have two messages again. We may wish to regenerate our taxonomy and forum term URL aliases. No big deal there. And we see something regarding the token actions module, just that it's working a little bit differently now. No failures, no errors, we're good to go. Go back to the front page. Site looks like it's still in good shape. We're going to back up the database and file system, go back to our modules folder, and we're almost done now. References, that was newly installed last time. There's nothing to update there. Token is what we just took care of. Views is what's left. So let's delete it and go find the views page on Drupal.org. Scroll down, get the 7.x version. Save it to wherever. Go find it. Extract. Copy or upload to sites, all modules. Go back to the website. We're going to go to the modules page. Scroll all the way down where we see views. We want to enable views and views UI and save that configuration. We're going to go run update.php for probably the last time. 5 pending updates. We'll apply those. And everything seems to have worked great. We're going to go back to the front page now. And now we can even see, although there's a little bit of work we need to do with it, we have our events block back, which was created using views. So it makes sense now that it's showing up once again, now that we have views reinstalled. If we go back very quickly to the modules page, we scroll down and look through everything, we can see that there are no red X's anywhere. That means we have no old modules that can't be used. If we did see them, such as for the file field and image field modules that were used only by Drupal 6, then we would simply go back to our modules folder and remove them from the folder. There is one that doesn't show X's though, that we can go ahead and remove now because we don't need it anymore. That's CCK. Again, the sole purpose of installing CCK on our Drupal 7 site was to migrate the content that was used in CCK in Drupal 6. Now that we've done all that, we don't need it anymore. So this is the last thing we're going to do now. Once we have all of our modules re-enabled and everything's working fine, we have all of our content migrated, we're going to turn off the content migrate module, save configuration. Notice that we never had to turn on the actual CCK module. We didn't use this at all. This was purely content migrate. Now that we're done with that, we're going to go back to our modules folder one last time and delete it because we don't need it anymore. And with that done, we will refresh our modules page. And now we're going to go run through this very quickly and take one last pass and make sure there are no more modules we need to enable. There are plenty of modules here in core that we would normally want on our site, but for this tutorial, we're purely focusing on those that we had in our Drupal 6 site. We do need to enable views content panes, which we haven't been able to enable yet. This allows panel panes to use views. And then we also want date views, so that the date module can also work with views. That should be it. So let's save our configuration. And with that, we've re-enabled all of the functionality that we had on our Drupal 6 site.